So, in August 2013, it's mid-August, my grandfather got real bad. We thought he was going to die that night. He told us bye. But, thankfully, he survived. In October, he got real bad again. Took him to the hospital. He was there 3-4 days maybe. We brought him home and he couldn't walk. He was bedfast at that point. So from October on, from August, basically gave up my life to help take care of Papa or Grandpa. Do I regret it? No, I don't. I did find time for a guy. All my other friends, and I thought he understood that I can't spend time with him. I had to help take care of my grandfather. Around Thanksgiving, my boyfriend went to Florida for vacation. And it was the first weekend or week or whatever. I took a week off. Went to go see a very good friend of mine. My boyfriend went to a bar, got drunk. This was in late November, early December. It had to have been in December. Anyway, I broke up with him early January. So he's a jerk. He told me that it sucked that my grandfather was dying. Well, I broke up with him. I had friends do it for me. Anyway. January, I went home to the hospital because he spent 2 weeks maybe in the hospital, maybe. Anyway, January 27th. I was at the hospital. I came home because me and my family had got into it. And they had told us that morning that 2 days is all he had. So on Thursday. Friday, it was my mom's and my turn to stay with him. And his sister stayed as well. About 3 o'clock Saturday morning, I got so sleepy I couldn't hold my eyes open. So I laid in the other bed and fell asleep. 2 o'clock, 5:50, he passed. And about 5 minutes later, Mom woke me up. It was like, I need to call her sister. So I called her. She blamed me, saying that I could have called her. Well, he went so peacefully and so fast that we didn't have time. We all leave the hospital and the funeral home gets there. Mom's brothers and her sister show up. We all leave the hospital 7, 8 o'clock, I guess, and then we went home and then we went up to his house. That's when I cried. It was a Saturday. We made the arrangements on that Saturday. It was his request to have 2 nights open and then buried. We honored that. I didn't really cry until the funeral. I lost it. So on that Wednesday morning, I got up, didn't want to grieve, live my life. I moved on too quickly. And then last week, I was down to my very good friend's house again. And my friend told my ex-boyfriend the truth that our 2 friends had broke us up. He asked me why I never told him the truth. And I'm like, well, I went through hell. I went through hell in the month of January, worried about Papa. I was with my friends. One week I'd be at the hospital, next week. Or I'd leave my friend's house, go to the hospital, go back to my friend's house. It was just hell. And February was me missing him and moving on. So from February 5th to last week, I hadn't really cried anymore. Me not grieving, I guess you could say, caught up. Well, my ex texted me back out. He being vulnerable. I said yes. I regret it because I don't love him. I don't like him. You know. So my very good friend calls me yesterday. Tells me something interesting. That the first week or two that my so-called boyfriend was on vacation. He was on vacation from November. He just came back. Been on vacation that long, you know, not caring about how I'm feeling about my grandpa. Anyway, he tells me that I'm not supposed to know this. That he cheated on me while he was down there. And I'm like, I got mad. It hurt. Because here I am, being faithful in Virginia. I can't take time for nothing. I can't see my friends because of my grandfather. I don't regret it. And I thought that all of my friends understood, including him, that I couldn't see them. And then he gets drunk and cheats on me. That's the thanks that I get from him. I'm not mad at my friend for telling me. I'm glad my friend told me. So now I'm stuck. I don't want to be with him. I have to tell him. How am I going to tell him? When am I going to tell him? I don't know. So from August until February, I give up my life. Basically. If I wasn't up to my grandfather's or with him in the hospital, I was at home taking care of the house. You know, cooking and cleaning. Because my mom was with her dad. You know, she's with Grandpa. I don't regret what I've done. I didn't do anything wrong. But that's the thanks I get. And I can't let him know that I know the truth of what lying bastard, asshole, dick face he is. Does it hurt? Yeah. It hurts. To know that while I'm being faithful, taking care of my grandfather, he's in Florida getting drunk. and cheating with sluts. That tells me he's not a real man. He's a jerk. He didn't care about me. He didn't love me. So, yeah. My advice, if you're helping take care of a family member or a friend, and your so-called boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, goes on vacation and don't care about you, it's because they're cheating. But if you are someone out there in my position, don't regret taking care of them. Because there are days I'd give anything to talk to my grandfather again. I would. I was his favorite grandchild. He got real bad. He had Alzheimer's. So, and I have severe back pain. I have lupus, rheumatoid, and Sjogren's in my back. Some days I can barely walk. Some days I can't walk at all. But when I was up there, and he asked me to help him, like, we had to help him up and down out of his chair. This is before he got bedfast. I don't regret doing none of that. If I could go back, if they told me to go up to his house and he was there, I'd do it all again. If I have one regret about this whole thing with him, with my grandfather, I never went to sleep that morning. I never would have went to sleep. I regret it. But I didn't know that when I went to sleep that morning, almost 3 hours later, I get woke up saying he had gone. I never would have went to sleep. I never would have done it. A week or two before he passed, he had a heart attack on Saturdays, a week or two before he passed. I was at my friend's house. I knew, I was worried, you know, but I couldn't do anything. I was taking a shower, and I was looking at the curtain, and all I could see, I didn't see the curtain. When I looked, all I could see